Hi, we're going to make a group therapy. This is Liz. I'm one of the members of the clinical education team. We're in the chart room for our patient, Snow White, but for the group therapy note, you can get to it from this button here, but it's a lot easier to get to the work area from the chart room. So let's go back to the chart room. And you can come over here and click Therapy Groups, this button right here, to open it up. And I'm going to show you how to make, this is a list of all current therapy groups, what time it's running and who's running the group. You can edit any of these group titles by clicking on the pencil. You can come in and edit this area. If this group has gone away, it's no longer in existence, this alcohol group is gone, you can just get rid of it completely. The notes that were associated with it will not disappear, however. Don't worry about that. Right now, this focus group is the one that's highlighted. You can see that I have one group session remark for that, and I had 3 participants in this group. Okay. So we're in a training environment right now. I'm going to make up a new therapy group. And I'm going to call it Focus Group 2, just for fun. Whoops. 2, and I'm going to put down this is a group that belongs to Liz, the therapist, and this is being done. This can be done in the psychiatric clinic or the psychiatric outpatient setting. The workflow is identical. So let's click Done here. And I'm going to add some new members to our group. Right now, for Focus Group 2, we don't have any previous session remarks, and we don't have any members associated with it. So the first type of group therapy note I'm going to show you how to make is one for if you have like 15 or 20 or 25 patients and you want to turn out these notes very quickly. We're going to take some shortcuts here, and I'm just going to add 3 or 4 patients. I'm going to find a couple of patients. And I'm going to click Elizabeth T and see if I can find Elizabeth Taylor. It's an active patient. I'm going to click here to add her as a current active patient. I'm going to find another patient. How about Sherry? Oops. M. We'll click Find to find her. Sherry Myers. I'm going to go ahead and add her as a patient. Let's add a gentleman here. How about Harvey? And click Find. And add him as a patient, and we'll add one more. Let's put down Rushna. And we'll click Find. And here's Rushna, and we're going to add her as a patient. Now, her name is turned blue because she's the last patient that I entered into the program, and the program is recognizing this. Let's pretend, instead of just having 4 patients in here, that we really have 25 or 30 patients, a nice long list of patients entered in here. I'm going to come up here, and the next step that you want to do is make a group session remark. It's very easy to do. Click here. It's going to take us to a shrub area. We're in the group therapy sessions remark, and I'm going to come down here and say, this is a type of group therapy. What type is it? I'm going to call it a focus group. You can see I have lots of different options here that I could choose from, but I'm going to go with a focus group and say the focus of this particular group was on the art of compromising. It gives us a nice short paragraph relative to that. Who was present today? And I'm going to say the group members. And I'm going to say, it has 10 here. I'm going to put down 25 instead. 25 members of this group were present today. And what kind of interventions did you do as the therapist today? Let's just put a little space here so we can see these a little bit more easily. So for these 25 people, this was not an art or activity therapy group. It wasn't a couples therapy group. This is general interventions. We're going to say discussion was facilitated regarding frustration tolerance. We facilitated the group process. I kept the group members involved and focused. I set limits and boundaries. I offered therapeutic interpretations as appropriate. I offered support and structure. And there was a worksheet done by this group regarding insight and self-awareness. Okay? You could always add additional information here if you'd like to. But I'm going to come over here and click our last button, which is plan. And what is the plan that I have in mind for this group? I just want to increase participation. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down. Let's go back. Now this is the part that is really cool to look at. So for this focus group, pretending that we have 25 patients in this list instead of just 4 or 5 over here. Here's our group session remark that we just made today. It's showing today's date right here. You can actually push out this session remark into all 25 members' individual note areas with the click of one button. Push this group session remark in the progress note for each patient present and compile the note and e-sign the note. So essentially, once I click this button and this information gets pushed into all 25 patients, the notes will be already compiled and e-signed. I will be completely done with this group therapy session documentation. Let's go ahead and click here. Now the trade-off here is that we're not individualizing each note, and sometimes it's, if you have a small group of people, it's more manageable. I'm just going to say that this session lasted, let's say 2 hours, and it started at, let's say 12 noon and went until 1400. I'm not going to put a code in it for right now. I'm just going to click continue. And we're going to let the program do its work. You're going to see it click on different people's names that were in that list. There was Sherry Myers for a moment. We're just going to sit here and wait. I'm not doing anything. There's Rushna's note. We theoretically have 22 or 23 more notes to push out. The program's doing all the work. I'm not touching the mouse. There's Harvey's note. And it's going to keep pushing out those notes and compiling them and electronically signing them for you until it's gone through the entire list of all your patients. And when it's all done, it's going to take you back here to your therapy hub where you started. All of this information has pushed into each of these patients' notes. We're going to pretend like we pushed it out to 25 notes. And let's go in here and just take a look at Elizabeth Taylor's note, for example. We could click on any of these patients' names and go right to their chart and look at the individual note here that we just created. So here's Elizabeth's note. Elizabeth Taylor's note, we're in her chart. Here's that group therapy remark on 12/28/2015, done by the therapist. Notice that this note has been electronically signed. You can see that green check mark here. And we have a nice complete note showing in here. If you want to take a look at what that note looks like, you can click on compiled note. Group therapy note, focus group, etc. We're going to come down here. You don't even have to sign this note. It's already signed for you. So that's it. You are done with your 25 group therapy notes. Pretty amazing, right? If you want to get back to that group therapy hub for whatever reason from any compiled note, you can go click here, go to therapy groups. It will take you back to that hub. Here's our focus group too. Here's the 4 people. Actually, we're pretending 25 people would be on the list right here. And that's all. We'll go back.